What are your thoughts on vegans?
And what?
Vegans?
Vegans. I don't
People
know.
who don't eat dairy or meat or eggs?
It might be more healthy. I don't know. Do you?
When you think or when you hear the word vegan, what do you imagine?
CrossFit.
What else?
This, my shirt.
Like a hippie person who eats a lot of vegetables and is very healthy as a person.
Uppity and on their high horse about eating better than everyone else.
That crazy animal rights activist that's just like, go vegan, and they're very demanding.
I think of super cool. As cool as a cucumber, because I'm pretty sure vegans would eat those, right? Yeah?
People who make a choice about what they eat and are very vocal about it.
That they'll tell you that they're vegan. You don't have to ask.
That they're going to tell me they're vegan.
I'm Trevor McPherson, and I am a vegan. I've been vegetarian my entire life. My parents were both vegetarian, and so they raised me and my two sisters vegetarian. Around November last year, my sister convinced my family to go vegan, and so Thanksgiving meal was like the first vegan meal we all had together. And since then, we've all been vegan in my family. We eat tofurkey and everything. I would say that there are lots of vegans who are very, hippie-like, but I would say there are lots of vegans who aren't. I don't really define myself as a hippie, though I am vegan and I do love nature and being outside and walking around barefoot, but I wouldn't necessarily call myself a hippie. And there are people who are like very businessy, preppy, wearing suits, like whatever. That's not like hippie outside nature, and they're also vegans. People are vegan for lots of reasons. Some people are strictly vegan only for the diet. There are raw vegans. There are lots of permutations.
My name is Spencer Morgan, and I transitioned to a vegan diet when I was a freshman here at UNC. So that was about 2 years ago now, a little less than 2 years ago. And I really made that decision based on health reasons at first. And so I've continued to try and improve my diet and just eat healthier and cleaner in general. And so 4 months ago, I actually decided to transition to a raw vegan diet, just eating mostly fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and that sort of thing. So that's been 4 months now on the raw vegan diet and 2 years total on just a regular vegan diet. I think the most common vegan stereotype that I hear and see online and on social media and that sort of thing is probably the idea of like a crazy, angry vegan, somebody who yells at people and tries to make them feel bad about their decisions and tries to force their ideas on them.
The stereotype of being vegan can vary a lot between groups, but one common trope that you see, especially in social media and memes, are people being obnoxious about it. People being like, oh, I'm vegan, or what's a good example? 10 minutes into the conversation, the vegan slips and oh, I'm vegan, are you? Oh, let me tell you about my veganism. There's all this vegans are so oh, I'm vegan. They're they just it emanates from them. It's palpable. It's like a cologne that's too strong, and everyone's vegans, everyone is jokingly scared of them because they're so obnoxious about it. I would say that being vegan is not so much an identity, a huge part of me. It's a thing that I do without thinking. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's a challenge necessarily. I wouldn't say that it's something I've overcome or something I would preach, but it's more so just something that's very fundamentally a part of me. Why would I consume these things and participate in this industry that harms animals when I have the option to easily not? It's so easy. I I get my protein, I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm living a great life. It's part of who I am on a level that I don't consciously think about very often. It's a no-brainer.
I started a YouTube channel recently after I changed my diet to a raw vegan diet, and I really just wanted to have somewhere to share my experience since changing my diet, and be able to teach people how they can eat a vegan diet, or if they're interested in learning more about it, just a place for them to see my my knowledge and experience that I've gained on this lifestyle. And so I like to make videos about like recipe videos, what I typically eat in a day, and also videos on like meditation and just self-improvement in general. So it's really focused on improving yourself and also just trying to make the world a better place and share that message of health and nutrition. So yeah, I may eat 6 to 10 oranges for breakfast, and then for lunch I may have a banana smoothie with some spinach. So I may eat 7 to 10 bananas depending on what kind of activities I'm doing that day. And then for dinner I like to have a nice big salad. So I'll use lettuce, spinach, kale, and just have about a pound of fresh greens. And then I like to make a simple salad dressing where I just throw in some vegetables into the blender, so maybe tomatoes, maybe some spices in there to give it some extra flavor, and maybe some hemp seeds or avocado as well. Just got the salad dressing blended up, and a couple nice salad bowls. We got the lettuce, the cabbage, the tomatoes, avocado, and some alfalfa sprouts on top. And we got the same thing here. So now I'm just gonna top it off with this dressing we made. And we have a nice raw vegan salad for dinner. There's an organization on campus as well that offers a free vegan dinner once a week to anybody that stops by. It can be delicious as well, and that organization is Krishna West. It's great food, and I think it's a great way to show people that vegan food can be delicious as well.
This smells so good. It smells so good. I'm ready.
Are you vegetarian or vegan?
It's vegan. It's like a dessert.
Ooh, it's the, isn't that like, is that berry flavor or what is that? Okay, I don't know. Because I know what it, like I eat there like every week, but I know the purple is different somehow.
Okay. Sweet. It's good.
Are you eating
Would you ever consider being a vegan?
I probably wouldn't consider being a vegan. I think the change and adjustment would just be way more drastic than what I would probably be able to sustain for like a lifestyle.
No.
I would, if I could, one, afford it, and if I could, two, take the time to make things that vegans make. So a lot of that involves prep and buying fresh produce.
I would. So I'm actually partially vegetarian, but I say that because I only eat chicken and fish. I don't eat red meat and other kinds of meat like that. But I would definitely consider being vegan as long as I could, apportion my meals correctly and get the right nutrients, that you're supposed to get. So.
No, absolutely not.
Why?
I just
don't buy the moral arguments against using animals for the good of humankind. I appreciate the flavor of meat too much, and I don't see, I don't buy into all of the supposed health benefits.
Something that's very important to me about vegetarianism and veganism is not imposing it upon other people. My roommates, there's a gallon of milk right here. My roommates drink and go out. That's totally fine. I don't need to I don't have to impose. I don't know. That's a big part of it for me, is not imposing.
I can't say that I know anyone who is a vegan, although I would love to talk to them about it if I did, but no one close to me that I know of. Maybe they're a secret vegan.
Did you know Trevor's a vegan?
I didn't know Trevor is a vegan. That's fascinating. Wow. How does he do it as a college student?
Like I said, I don't like to really impose my veganism on people. I don't like to preach. If you ask me, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to be happy to tell you. But you can eat your steak, eggs right in front of me, and it's totally fine. People sometimes apologize, oh, I'm sorry, I'm making meat, is that okay? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine, do whatever you do. I'm not going to I have no right imposing my views upon other people. And my choice is, well, I do find it a moral conviction. It's something that's very much me and that I couldn't really put on other people.
I think there are quiet vegans. And for example, Trevor. I think Trevor's a quiet vegan because I've never heard him talk about that. So vegans should be more like Trevor, and people should believe that there are vegans out there like Trevor.
Fuck meat! Vegan! Fucking milk! Dairy! No go! Vegan! So, I don't know if that was probably not useful to you guys.